Good afternoon, YouTube. Let me turn this fan off. This fan make a lot of noise. Spider webs. These spider webs ain't no joke. I really don't be in my kitchen or my front room like that. So the spiders seem to accumulate. Gotta knock down these webs. Spider webs can be healing. You can use them if you don't want to go get stitches. However, they can be annoying as well. So I keep some up, some of them I knock down. For those who don't know, I'm Factz. It's still Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Check on your strong friends, men, especially those that may need somebody to talk to. Good afternoon. It's still Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. On Factz, I was grabbing my device. How was your Father's Day? Are you a two-parent household? Okay. First thing I want to do is like go over what I already been over. Like kind of catch you up on some things. Okay, since it was Father's Day yesterday, to any father that is here, happy Father's Day again. I have been talking about father relationships with their children, and these are the key pillars of a strong bond. And this is a update of information I already been over. Active presence. It is about quality over quantity, being generally available with your time and heart creates a strong foundation of trust and belonging. Active listening. Emphasize and listen without harsh judgment or an immediate need to fix the problem. Shared experiences. Engage in common interests or hobbies, exploring the outdoors, building something, or playing sports. Together fosters connection when words are hard to find. I'm going to read that again. Shared experiences. Engage in common interests or hobbies, exploring the outdoors, building something, or playing sports together fosters connection when words are hard to say. Actionable connection strategies, shared hobbies, open communication, quality time. Do not forget about active listening. It's very important. Thank you for coming by. Those who have came and tapped in with me. I'm Factz. I do not have a niche. I do poetry. I bring awareness to mental health. I am diagnosed bipolar, PTSD, and anxiety. And I'm also a survivor of SA and domestic violence. I don't consider myself a victim. I consider myself a survivor. And I also like to bring awareness to missing and exploited children. Look to your children. Watch as well as pray. Know where your children are. Know where your family is. It's very important that someone know we are at all times. It's too much going on in this world for us not to know where our people are. Simple as that. You can check out my footage. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. That's how you can get to know more about me and my content. You might come across some content that you enjoy. You might come across some that you do not enjoy. All of it is relatable to someone and essential to someone. So I thank you for coming by. I thank you for those who are voting. 2-parent household. I was one of those that sometimes I had a 2-parent household, sometimes I didn't. Never did I have my father in my household. And my father is gone, by the way. Okay, I just want to read you this definition because I like to define things because it brings more insight and input. A digital creator on Facebook is someone who uses the platform to produce and share original content such as videos, photos, or writing to build an audience. A digital creator is someone who uses the platform to produce and share original content such as videos, photos, or writing to build an audience. I personally, most of my content is mine. However, I'm a quality engager, so I do share some footage from other creators or bloggers. If you can hear me, please put a 1 in the chat. If you have not checked out AliceArmy.com, she has essential content and awareness footage on Facebook, X, TikTok, Instagram. Check out at 90s Nation. Highly effective individual survivor. Okay. Here's another definition I want to give you. Psychosis, a severe break from reality that can occur during manic or depressive episodes, such as experiencing hallucinations. Psychosis is a severe break from reality that can occur during manic or depressive episodes, such as experiencing hallucinations. Okay, again, I like to define to get more understanding of things. And I usually use my other device for my context. Okay. Today, someone sent me a message, and it was really a trigger. If you want to trigger me, tell me you don't know what somebody at, you don't know what somebody doing, or you disrespected somebody, or someone disrespected you. That I just learned today. That's a trigger for me too. It's very annoying. We should all treat people like we want to be treated. And if I live with you, you live with me, we should know what we each other are. I don't have to tell you exactly, the name of the person who I'm going to see, but I need to at least know the area where you're at. Something, some insight. I'm going to Family Dollars or wherever. We have to all be accounted for. So I came back to that because that's a trigger of mine. Don't call me and say I don't know where my brother at or something like that. That's annoying to me. Because I'm going to first need you to figure out why is it that you're not making sure you know where this individual is. I don't care if it's Instagram, Messenger, text now, however it is. We should all be able to get in contact with people we live with. For me, it's like, it's no excuse. It's not right. Thank you for the likes. It's no excuse. That's why so much going on in this world, because we're not aware and we're not paying enough attention out here. Some of us, not all of us. But if that's something you need to work on, that is you, please work on it. Know where your family is. At the least the ones in your household. Okay. So I'm just going to give this information before I go into my other topics for today. How to manage your triggers. 1, identify and track. 2, practice grounding exercises. 3, limit exposure. 3, I can say I really am working on it, because when I get on the internet, some of the things on here, it really triggers me, far as it can make me feel sad because there's so much going on in this world and with so many people, so many children. So it can be a trigger for me. So we definitely got to manage what we feed into our spirit. We have to have balance. That's why I made sure on yesterday I went and enjoyed time with friends on Father's Day, and I enjoyed myself. I'm mostly an introvert, but I would go outside. I sat outside at the park and listened to some nature, said hello to a few people, and then I went back in my zone. It is good to get outside sometime, because we must have balance in life. I mean, you go for a walk on a trail or whatever it is you should do, but you must have balance. Not too much, not too little. Okay, so I was speaking to someone via internet or whatever, and well, it was more like a comment or whatever, in a message or whatever, and what they brought to my attention is boycotting and blacking out the system. So I'm going to read these 2 definitions because I think it really matters. I'm personally boycotting Target. I don't plan on going back to Target. Give me a minute. I'm going to flip my camera around. Okay, there it is. I don't plan on going back to Targets. I do not. And there's actually many more people I would like to boycott. However, I don't drive, so it's kind of hard to boycott, and you can't go everywhere. I tried the boycotting on the beauty supply places. However, we need someone to obtain a beauty supply store in Atlanta. So I did not do the boycott with that. But Target, I did boycott. A boycott is a deliberate, nonviolent act of abstaining from purchasing goods, using services, or dealing with a person, organization, or country to express protest or force social, moral, or political change. I'm read that again. There's a difference in a boycott and a blackout the system or a blackout. So a boycott is a deliberate, nonviolent act of abstaining from purchasing goods, using services, or dealing with a person, organization, or country to express protest or force social, moral, or political change. Amen. So yes, I'm black. I have blacked out the system on some people before, but I am boycotting Target. I don't plan going back to Target or whatever they want to call it. Don't plan going back. However, when it comes to the beauty supplies, we need some black-owned BLK beauty supplies. People look like me in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm not talking about College Park, East Point, Cobb County. I'm talking about in the heart of Atlanta, where the city is. We do not have, that I've seen, they have it on the internet and it's incorrect. You go by there, it says black owned. You go by there, it's not black owned. It's not. So anybody with some funds, I suggest you get you a beauty supply store between the city and downtown part of the city. When I say the city, I mean like the city of not, yeah, the city. Well, the people that work for the city, you know, that drive the trucks, sanitation, all that right there. And that's near Bankhead, Donnelly, Holloway, whatever they want to call it. Now, I still call it Bankhead, Zone 1. And between there and downtown Atlanta, I know we used to have them before they really started shutting down downtown Atlanta. We had beauty supplies down there. However, it have come to, per my notice, that in the city of Atlanta, we do not have any black-owned beauty supply stores, and we need black beauty supply stores. That's the only way that we can possibly protest at a higher rate. Because I have a choice to go over to College Park, go over to East Point, Cobb County. There's a ways to go, and I don't drive. So for us people who do not drive and who wish to save on gas, it'll be highly effective if we get someone in Atlanta. So I don't know, talk to T.I., somebody like that. You know, a lot of people doing clubs, restaurants. We need to think outside the box. We need to do the big, a bigger picture. We need to think what's a need where we live. And then once we see what that need is, then that's what we need to work on. We got enough liquor stores. I wouldn't say we have restaurants, but like I'm saying Zone 1, we can use more growth with the restaurants and more variety. Because everyone's cooking like chicken. And you got a good amount of people cooking soul food, but are they open on Sundays? Are they cooking fresh vegetables, serving fresh fruits, or are they giving you canned goods? That's something to think about. If you know somebody or you have it, then those two things, that can be beauty supply place, quality restaurants with reasonable prices. Those two areas right there I can think of right out the rip. Okay, so I know I went left with that when I went from boycott to just talking, but I really what I was doing was I was elaborating on what I was speaking on. So I was, breaking it down. Okay, I believe it was the day before yesterday, because I was supposed to come back on yesterday. I got kind of busy with my family and friends. But we went over happy and joy and what's the difference. So I just did boycott. So I'm gonna type in blackout so we can, get an understanding. And it's just one thing I want to say before I define the blackout. People, please stop going along to get along. Like, if you don't agree with something and it's something of importance, stop going along to get along. Or, well, some people doing, I think it's for financial gain. I don't know. But, like, choose your poison. Like, I'm not going to act like I'm okay with certain things just to get along with somebody or to get more clicks, more likes, more views. That's just not me. Okay. I just wanted to stop and say that right quick. I always say, if they really like you, they're gonna like the real you. Who you are when you get off of this platform. Hey, how you doing? Good afternoon. Hope you had a great Father's Day. If you can hear me, please put a 1 in the chat. So far, I have 7 votes. I appreciate it. Okay, so now we're defining blackout the system. We just defined boycott. So there's a difference, and so I'm defining it so we can see what the difference is, or so we can know what the difference is. So many people may already know, but I really didn't think about it that there's a difference until I was on another person's platform engaging, and I said, you know what, there is a difference. So I don't want this to go over anyone's head, so I'm gonna define it on here. My device moving a little slow, so give me a minute if you don't mind. I'm waiting on it to come back. Okay. So I'm just gonna read the blackout the system. About blackout the system. It is a long-term solution, a movement that aims to bring about significant and strategic change by uniting individuals to peacefully disrupt the current systems and build new ones. Okay. I'm reading all that I can to give us insight. This means that there is no supply of electricity to a part of a power system. A blackout is a complete interruption of power in a given service area. These occur without any warning, last for determined periods, and are typically caused due to equipment failure. Okay, so we know about that kind of blackout, right? So I just read to you 2 different things. We know a blackout is when the lights go out, right? But when we black out the system, it's a movement that aims to bring about significant and strategic change by uniting individuals to peacefully disrupt the current systems and build new ones. So that's why we black out the system, because some people do not learn unless you show them. You know, sometimes we just have to stand on business. Okay. Ooh, excuse me, yeah. Okay. I want to do this because that still did not define exactly, you know, what I wanted it to define. I want it to be clear. Okay, I know how to do it. Blackout versus boycott. Okay, economic blackout is this what it's called? Economic blackout versus boycott. That's what we're talking about right now. Getting a breakdown of. Thank you for joining me. If you can hear me, please put a 1 in the chat. I'm Factz. Real conversations, essential content, poetry, mental health awareness. That's what I do. Okay. The recent economic blackouts in which consumers were encouraged not to spend any money for 24 hours have historical roots in other boycotts, such as the pantry boycotts. Okay. The economic blackout refers to a series of 24-hour consumer spending boycotts. Economic analysts drew comparisons between the economic blackout and Occupy Democrats. Okay, I'm not sure when the last boycott was. Let me look at this. The third act movement was amongst the movements that endorsed this initiative, promoting a call of action on their website in the Oregon and Texas page. Similar boycott actions were also reported during May Day protests in the United States on May the 1st. I don't know if you heard about any of those, but I will say this. If you want to help be the change of anything, go to change.org where you will sign petitions. You will find a petition that you like and or agree with, and you will make sure you signed it. That's how you can support. You know, most people say, what can I do? Well, there's something you can do. You can sign petitions, and that will help. And you can, you know, repost or whatnot. So I don't think they really broke it down on here. Excuse me. I mean the difference in boycott and economic blackout. So I'm gonna let me look up that again. Put it in another word and the economic blackout. Now I will say this, that I know the one for Target have been successful. I don't know how many more people went back there. I personally have not, don't plan to. So what I'm doing is not a blackout system with Target. What I'm doing is what's called a boycott. So I'm gonna say it in the way I look at it. A blackout can be economic blackout that is temporary. A boycott is forever. Or I'm saying long lasting. I'm not gonna say forever. Long lasting. I won't say forever, because as you know, our ancestors, they boycotted. They walked instead of catching a MARTA bus. So it's effective and it can be long lasting. Whereas usually a boycott, they have a certain date or whatever, and they black out. Mostly it'd be a certain entity, you know, it'd be a certain place, and then it's like a movement, just like the boycott. Okay. Most of the ones I see on here have been in 2025. Now, I did hear of another one coming up Excuse me. However, I haven't seen anyone speaking on it. Okay, now I'm still looking this up because I think clarity is very important. So let's see what we have here. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna read this. The People's Union USA activist group. The protest encouraged Americans to refrain from making any purchases for any for an entire day. The initiative aimed to challenge the influence of major corporations and wealthy individuals on working class Americans, with many boycotters joining to protest the current Trump administration rollback of diversity, equality, and inclusion. While the boycott gained significant attention on social media platforms, it, its measurable economic impact was regarded by economic analysts as inconclusive. Okay, I still don't really get no. I thought we were gonna find some clarity. Excuse me. Well, it's clear that we didn't. I didn't get any clarity. What is an economic blackout?
According to Wikipedia, the economic blackout refers to a series of 24-hour consumer spending boycotts that took place on February 28, 2025, in the United States, with planned boycotts for future dates, including March 28th.
Okay. Anywho, blackout, boycott, it's a reason to do that. We all need change. I feel like we do. Okay, I'm trying to read more insight. Blackout Day refers to social media events and activist campaigns organized in response to an anti melanated people racism. These events typically occur. Okay, they still sound like 24-hour period. I've heard longer, but hey. Okay, it was something else. Give me a minute. I'm gonna come back. I'm trying to remember what else it is. I said I was gonna speak on. Give me a minute. Go easy on me, babe. I was a child. Okay. Really quick, I want to talk about people assaulted in Georgia. Do you feel safe? Let's do another poll. Do you feel safe? Recent reports in Georgia show several violent assaults, including a LaGrange man charged with beating a 67-year-old, a random chemical attack in Savannah, and a North Georgia campground assault resulting in severe injuries. Other incidents include a Cole's bathroom attack in Cherokee County and an assault in Atlanta near the World of Coca-Cola. I'm gonna read that again. Recent reports in Georgia, show several violent assaults, including a LaGrange man charged with beating a 67-year-old, a random chemical attack in Savannah, and a North Georgia campground assault resulting in severe injuries. Other incidents include a Cole's bathroom attack in Cherokee County and an assault in Atlanta near the World of Coca-Cola. Key incidents and information: elder abuse, random attacks, assaults in Atlanta, elder abuse assault, LaGrange, April 26, random attacks, December 2025 / March 2026. Assaults in Atlanta. A teacher was attacked near the World of Coca-Cola in 2024, prompting a police investigation. And there's also intimate partner violence. This that have not been all reported. So I ask you, do you feel safe? Do you feel safe? I do not feel safe. Part of the reason why I take my shades off, put my shades back on, because I don't want nobody looking at me too hard. You know, some people are just weird or on demon time in my experience, per my experience. Okay, this is something else I want to speak on before I go into the next topic that I'm going to talk about. Because some people really, I think they really do not know the definition of a virtuous woman. So let's get into that. Key characteristics of a virtuous woman: trustworthy and dependable, strength and dignity, hardworking and resourceful, wise and kind, generous and compassionate, godly character. These are the key characteristics of a virtuous woman. Now, I was going to talk about, well, basically, I was going to do story time, but I think I'm going to save it for tomorrow. Tomorrow's Testimony Tuesday. So I will be coming back on here doing story time. When I come back on here today, I'll just be doing my little time, my meditation or mindfulness. I'm going to say mindfulness and my relaxation and doing a little bit of my puzzle. And let you see how far I've gotten so far. I've really been busy, so I haven't been doing as much as I should. But whatever or whoever, make sure you take time for yourself, no matter what's going on in this world. Take time for yourself. Get to really know you. Ladies, while you're single, don't be in a hurry for someone to come along. Get to know you, your likes, your dislikes, because as we get older, things change. So your likes, your dislikes, your favorite color, your favorite food, your favorite place to visit, your favorite person, your favorite book, just all about you. Get to know you. That's what this time is for. Preparation and living yourself, self-love. And this woman in at self-love matters. Facts. Actually, I'm gonna let it run for a minute, see if I get any votes in while I get ready for my next thing that I'm gonna do. Okay. I was given time for more votes. I'm out of here. Have a blessed day.